What's going on, cheers? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about covering some of the data you need to know that's indicative of why the stock market went up and why it might continue to go up, apart from us thinking that we are in for a correction, in for a minor pullback. That simply isn't the case. The information, the numbers that came out today were pretty bad, but they were digested differently. The market reacted differently, and at the end of the day, the market speaks for us. So that number was the jobs created back in April, which came in at 266,000 versus the estimate of 1 million, which is by far a big miss. The 10-year drop and stocks rallied. How does that really make sense? If you really digest and think about it, that means these numbers mean that by number one, we have a long way towards recovery of our economy, of our job creation, but monetary policy and low interest rates are here to stay for now. That number, that low number, is indicative of that as well. And that also may be because of the skills gap, like Powell mentioned last week. People have obviously childcare obligations. Schools aren't open just yet, so a lot of the kids, shout out to Zoom University, are at home taking classes with Zoom. Vaccinations is also a big play in that. And the overall virus, there might be a little, people might still be spooked and not convinced that we are 100% out of the woods. Now, for some stocks that we are still covering, obviously we have Twitter, which, by the way, there is a new feature on Twitter called the tip jar, in which you're able to tip your favorite content creators, I believe, via Venmo. So that's a big feature. Taking down OnlyFans, or taking down my third source of income. Maybe it's time to hop back on Twitter. Viacom, this one, by the way, Twitter, if it cracks under 50, I only have 15 shares. I'm still waiting for that crack under 50. From the looks of it, we are not bouncing above 56. Viacom, another one we've been watching that I have not mentioned in the videos yet because the price action to me isn't worthy of a buy. I have alerts at 37 under and 45 above just in case it starts to rally. But if it comes down under 37, in which I think it can, it's time to buy, baby. But the thing that surprised me the most, which was the earnings. As you can see here, they reported 152 EPS, which was a beat, with the estimate being a 121, 25% surprise. And for the revenue, they also beat 7.28 billion expected, and they actually reported 7.41 billion, around 2% beat. But the stock doesn't react. It's not reacting as aggressive as I thought it would on the upside, considering the fact that, shout out to Bill Wang, that Bill Wang collapse, the Archegos collapse. 109 all the way down to 39. This is way oversold, but the bounce isn't there yet. But I think it's coming. The bounce is coming. Discovery is the next one that also is due for a bounce. Actually, as I say this, I think Discovery might actually rip up to like $50 next week. It might have that initial breakout. I think that confirmation is what a lot of the traders and investors are waiting for. Because like we said at the beginning of the video, at the end of the day, the stock market speaks for us. Talking about selling off, from last video, some of the big boys, some of the hedges, some of the banks were selling off. Guess who else is selling off? None other than Jeff Bezos, who sold 2.5 billion worth of Amazon this week. He's taking in some of those profits, but also I think it has to do with the tax scare, the tax potential hike that these guys have. So that also might be them locking in some profits. We'll see what happens to see who else is here to come to sell off some of the stocks. I know we have Kathy Wood on CNBC in around an hour. The market is open, so when market close, we should have Kathy on, which, if we take a look at their arc, is not performing well, and they are in hot waters. A lot of their positions did well today, by the way. Roku, DocuSign's another one, TDoc, Peloton, they keep buying some Peloton. Twitter, Tesla, of course, are some of the big names. Speaking about Tesla, this is our next stock we are going to be watching possibly till the day I die, man. Tesla's going to be the number one stock on my list. Tesla raised its prices on its Model 3 and its Model Y. The Model 3 went to $39,490 from $38,990, and the Model Y went from $50,990 up to $51,490. That indicates to me that the demand is roaring, baby. The demand is soaring, and there is a rumor that they're sold out on all their Q2 inventory. Let's see. Let's wait for these numbers to come. We have Elon on Saturday Night Live tomorrow. So let's see what happens with crypto. He also warned us about crypto, which we'll cover right now. The next stock we have on here is Peloton, which yesterday we were talking about the earnings call they had yesterday. They crushed earnings. They had earnings around 1.26 billion versus 1.1 billion expected estimate. So they beat that. The EPS also beat, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take an actual look right here. Yeah, so they actually lost less than the estimates. So they beat on both. The stock went up. They also gave some more insights on what the damage was with the treadmills. We talked about the recall. It's around 165 million for the fourth quarter in revenue, and they projected 915 million for this current quarter. They got a ton of downgrades, by the way. I don't even want to go through all of them. JP Morgan, Credit Suisse, UBS, Morgan Stanley, a lot of downgrades on their price targets. The stock is pulling on back. I thought I had missed this. It was a 92 today. I'm like, you know what? I missed the boat. Who cares? I don't like, and I will not, especially with the current situation they're going through, hold the company through earnings. But it's coming back down. It's back at 84, around the $84 mark, and if it does come down under 78, oh man, does this stock going to drop? And it still have some more room for downside. Just based off the daily, there is still no bounce on there, and if it does drop, maybe mid 70s again, and we'll see what happens with Peloton. But as for some crypto, let's move on to crypto really quick. By the way, Goldman Sachs is forming, according to some of their memos, a crypto trading team. Some of the crypto prices they're going to be adding to their latest software platform and prices to their clients. And a couple years ago, I forgot when they said that crypto, Bitcoin is not an asset. It's funny how tables turn and things change. Also, did Elon just give us a warning? Check out his Twitter. He's tweeted, cryptocurrency is promising, but please invest with caution. Linking a video to, I believe, interview he did back in February, in which he was talking about Dogecoin, and just to be very wise, like I mentioned in my last video. Just be very wise. Doge hit like 70 cents, 69, and now it's around 60 cents. So this is one that you don't necessarily want to go all in with your life savings. Pull out a mortgage. Pull out a loan. Does not make sense. Be safe, be wise, especially at these, I know I'm going to get some hate for this, inflated prices. Bitcoin, Ethereum. Bitcoin is kind of struggling here on 60K. Ethereum tapped 3,600, but it is due for a pullback. You just don't know what the level is going to be. I'm assuming 3,000 pullback before it continues on upward. But a lot of the coins, a lot of the altcoins are literally on fire right now, and there's a lot of them that are up 60% today. I think SafeMoon, by the way, is up a ton today as well. So that's just a little warning. It should be common sense, but common sense is not so common nowadays. So just be safe with crypto. It is 24/7, by the way. I keep forgetting it's 24/7. I think as the stock market closes, crypto closes. But no, the show goes on. Dogecoin, we should be maybe streaming tomorrow, Saturday Night Live, see the price action with crypto. But I feel like Dogecoin is at a make or break tomorrow. Either it's mentioned in Saturday Night Live or it's not. It might pull back. It might soar maybe $1. I don't know. Just be safe. Keep your finger, man, on the sell. Make sure you're locking the profits. Don't ever feel bad for anybody shaming you, calling you paper hands for taking profits. They aren't going to cover your losses. They're not paying your bills. So just be wise. Be very safe. With that being said, that pretty much concludes this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you slap a like. Subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, team.